1.
Hello, my name is Cadet Critchley. I am doing a research paper on nuclear energy. Do you have 5 minutes to spare? May you please state your name?
Yes, I certainly do. I'd be glad to help you. Yes, I'm Dr. Ray Work. I have a PhD in chemistry, worked for many years in science, and I'm very familiar with nuclear energy. And what other questions might you have?
What do you know about nuclear energy?
Well, it is a very efficient way to generate electricity, and it is free of any carbon emissions. And it would be a really good choice if we would build the plants around the United States, like France has, to generate power by nuclear instead of fossil fuels and the other renewable resources that are being used today.
Are you aware of any controversies on nuclear energy itself?
Yeah, there's two big problems. One is the fact that we had a 3 Mile Island incident, and we had, of course, the awful explosion at Chernobyl. And so people are basically afraid of what might happen with a nuclear power plant if something were to fail. And the second thing is the disposal of the nuclear waste. In the process of generating nuclear power, you generate waste material. That material is radioactive for a very, very long period of time, and it needs to be put somewhere where it won't get into the environment. They bury it under a mountain, or they seal it up in concrete. They do a number of things to try to make sure that nuclear material never leaks. And that's the other big concern. Nobody really wants to have that near them because they're worried about potential leaks.
How would you sum up your current attitude or views toward this topic?
I think it'd be a far better solution for carbon-free electric power generation than wind and solar. One, it's continuous, it operates continuously, versus solar, which is only when the sun's out, and versus wind, when you've got only get power when the wind blows. So it is far better in that respect. And I think it also doesn't kill birds, and those are the main reasons you'd want to use nuclear. And of course, France has pretty much converted to nuclear, the whole country. And they don't have emissions, and they haven't had any accidents.
What new insight can you contribute to this topic?
Well, I think the government and the people of the country need to understand the risks and the benefits, and they need to make a space age type program to convert our fossil fuel plants to nuclear versus solar and wind, which is far less effective. And if we can get people to stop worrying about the dangers and get the government and the people on board, I think it would be a much better world with nuclear energy versus fossil fuels and wind and solar.
What would you do to change/improve on this topic itself?
Well, I think that the technology's there. It's the political problem right now, and both local as well as national. And it would need to be undertaken as a big program. So that's about what you'd have to do to make it work. All the pieces are there.
Okay. Have you or someone you know been affected by nuclear energy?
Yeah, I think that I don't know anybody from Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island, but I do know that we've spent a lot of money on nuclear power plants that never got built because the barriers that are put up by the government, by lawsuits and the like, to stop nuclear power plants from being built. We've had to pay the bills. We've been putting money in Florida for nuclear power plant for Florida Power and Light that hasn't really been built. and yet we've been paying for building it. So this is a problem.
Thank you for your time, sir.
You're welcome.